Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Daif, and Ismail Haniyeh bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of Israel and the State of Palestine from at least the 7th of October 2023.
What's going on on our college campuses
The repercussions of the Israel-Hamas war have now reached the leaders orchestrating the conflict, prompting the International Criminal Court to take action. Karim Khan, the Chief Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, announced on May 20th that he had sought arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the defense chief, and 3 Hamas leaders for alleged war crimes in Gaza.
On the basis of evidence collected and examined and analysed by my office, I have reasonable grounds to believe that 3 senior leaders of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Daif, and Ismail Haniyeh, bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of Israel and the State of Palestine from at least the 7th of October 2023. Extermination as a crime against humanity. Murder as a crime against humanity and as a war crime.
Khan further mentioned that he had applied for an arrest warrant for Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant alongside Netanyahu. The duo has been overseeing Israel's offensive against Hamas in Gaza since the Palestinian militant group's deadly raid on Israel on October 7th. Additionally, Khan has sought arrest warrants for Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed al-Masri, also known as Daif, the commander-in-chief of Hamas's military wing, and Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas's political bureau. A group of pre-trial judges will assess whether the evidence justifies the arrest warrants. However, the court lacks mechanisms to enforce these warrants, and its inquiry into the Gaza conflict has faced opposition from the United States and Israel. Israeli and Palestinian authorities have rejected accusations of war crimes, with representatives from both sides criticizing Khan. Israel's closest ally, the US, has also joined in the criticism of the ICC. President Joe Biden labeled the legal move as outrageous, while Secretary of State Antony Blinken expressed concerns that it might imperil negotiations regarding a hostage deal and ceasefire.
Let me be clear. We reject the ICC's application for arrest warrants against Israeli leaders. Whatever these warrants may imply, there is no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. And it's clear Israel wants to do all it can to ensure civilian protection. But let me be clear. Contrary to allegations against Israel made by the International Court of Justice, what's happening is not genocide. We reject that.
Senior Hamas official Sami Abu Zuri criticized the prosecutor's decision to seek warrants for the 3 Hamas leaders, stating it equates victims with perpetrators. Hamas demanded the cancellation of the arrest warrant request for its leaders. In March 2023, the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin concerning alleged war crimes during the Ukraine conflict. However, May 20th's action marks the first instance of Khan intervening in the Middle East conflict.
My office charges Netanyahu and Gallant as co-perpetrators and as superiors in the commission of these alleged crimes. Israel, like all states, has the right to defend its population. It has every right to ensure the return of hostages that have been criminally and callously taken. Those rights, however, do not absolve Israel of its obligations to comply with international humanitarian law. Intentionally causing death, starvation, injury, and suffering to the civilian population, including so very many women and children, are criminal means to achieve military and political goals.
The Hamas leaders are accused of being accountable for a range of offences committed by Hamas, including but not limited to extermination and murder, hostage-taking, torture, rape, and other forms of sexual violence.
The State of Israel embarked on the most just war after a massacre by a terrorist organization against its citizens. The State of Israel fights in the most moral way in history while adhering to international law. And the State of Israel has an independent and strong judicial system. Placing the leaders of a country that went into battle to protect its citizens in the same line with bloodthirsty terrorists is moral blindness and a violation of its duty and ability to protect its citizens. Accepting a prosecutor's position will harm the ability of any country to protect its citizens and will be a historic crime that will not be erased.